Right now, kids across the metro are starting a new week of classes, but the learning shouldn't stop when the day is over. Today, we're talking about ways to get a head start on financial literacy. We're talking with the CEO of Stockpile, Wang, to get those tips. Hey, how are you doing?
Good, good. Thanks for having me
Yeah,
on.
thanks for being here. So I think the big question we want to know this afternoon, what age should parents start teaching their kids about financial responsibility, and what are some age-appropriate activities?
It's funny, we're teaching our kids about money every day, whether we realize it or not. I think when we're going to the store, when we're looking at our bills, kids are watching us and seeing what we do, and they're learning the habits of how to handle money, how to, like, I think even when we pick up something, do we look at the price tag? How do we look at bills? These are all things and lessons that our kids are learning just by watching us. So we're teaching our kids whether we realize it or not.
I like that. Any age, the younger, the better. That's perfect. Okay, so I know a part of financial literacy is also saving. Is there a good way to teach kids about saving while also making it engaging and fun?
Yeah, I think when we try and do it, especially at the younger ages, is to make it quantifiable and understandable. The old habits of, a piggy bank where they can see it grow is important. And in the modern times, it's apps where they can see the numbers, they can see the habits growing. I think savings and spending, all of that together should really be together, right? We always try and talk about budgeting as being a really a secret weapon for kids and understanding how does saving relate and spending relate to the overall money that they get. And I think that is really the great lesson for kids to have.
Good tips. I had a piggy bank when I was younger. That did make it fun for sure. So I
Exactly.
think the best thing too is just to have a really good relationship with money. And so when they get older, they're not getting into debt or anything like that. How can parents foster that idea young?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is to actually talk to kids about money. Unfortunately, less than half of parents ever talk to their kids about money. So to have that conversation early is really important. It's really important to not have money be a taboo subject you never talk about. It should just really be a normal part of conversation. And the more we talk about it in a comfortable way, the less stressed we are about it, the less stressed they'll be. So the most important thing is just have that conversation as early as possible.
Okay, perfect. I know one thing that even as an adult that stresses me out is investing. I'm still learning the ropes of that even at my age. So, that's something that I wish I would have learned when I was much younger about investing. Can you help us understand how to teach our kids about investing, even if they don't have a lot of money to invest yet?
Yeah, I think the best thing to do is just get started. I think, when kids want to start investing, they're not looking at a lot of the complex decision factors. They're looking at very basic things that they know, and a lot of it is brands that they know, they're familiar with. I think the way to get kids excited is to really let them make the choices. Within the Stockpile app, we have a feature called Kids Choose, Parents Approve, where kids are making the investing choices and parents are get to say yes or no, and it really allows kids to make choices with the safeguards of the parents. And really that really helps start the conversation, right? Like, okay, why did you choose Disney? Why did you choose Nike? Why did you choose Netflix? Really, those are the kinds of conversations that helps start.
Hey, thanks so much for these tips and for joining us, Victor. I know that a lot of parents watch our show, so these are great tips for the afternoon. We'll have these tips on care11.com/noon. For now, we'll be right back.